My name is Anna. I'm from Sweden. I used to be a teacher, but I've been working with e-learning production and Moodle LMS for almost 15 years now.
Yeah, and my name is Anders. I also live in Sweden, and I've also worked as a teacher. And before that, I worked with software development. Been using Moodle or working with Moodle for roughly 13 years.
Yeah. Let's start.
And our company is called Autotech Development. Our more known brand name is Spark4, and we're based in a town called Skellefteå, which is roughly 800 kilometers north of Stockholm. So currently we have a bit more snow here than here, and it's quite a bit colder as well. We have been a certified Moodle partner for roughly 4 years, but we've been using Moodle for many more years than that, mainly working with what you could call workplace customers, but they're customers-based or industrial customers or product-owning customers or process industries, and also quite a lot of government agencies that we provide Moodle for and help them. And a big part of helping them with Moodle is to give them a good onboarding and how to use the system to make them thrive using the functionalities and understand really how powerful the software is.
Yes. So we're here to talk about the LMS onboarding process that we use. It's not really optimized specifically for Moodle or Moodle Workplace. It's more of a general model that we use with some general questions that we find really useful. So we run a workshop, or we run 2 workshops, 2 hours each, with new clients. And a lot of the time, these organizations, the industrial companies or the training companies, they're totally new to using an LMS. So to get a better understanding between us as supplier and they as the responsible or the owner of the LMS. But also, we find that it's really important that they also get an internal understanding of the different needs within the organization. So the first thing we try to achieve is that we recommend all the LMS users to gather all its stakeholders, and it could be different responsibilities from marketing, from different product owners, it could be from HR, different perspectives that could be users of the LMS, or at least consumers of the LMS. And this is, we always say that it's good for our understanding of their needs, but the idea is also to prepare the organization for a wide adoption of the LMS, so that we're not just providing a service for one single owner. It's a commitment from the whole organization. So that's really important with the stakeholders. And we also recommend that they can meet regularly and decide priorities. They can together lead proactive learning, so they can not just fix issues as they arise, but they can look ahead and see what the organization will need in a couple of years. And of course, synchronize use of resources if they are going to do investments or if they are going to do some kind of initiative. They can co-plan it. So with these stakeholders, we gather them and we run this workshop, and we use 5 different topics when we do these workshops, and we're going to present each of them. Just for your knowledge, we have some additional questions, but we wanted to share this in a format that fits into the program. So this is the outline of the workshops, and here they are. Let's see. Okay, next slide. You want to, you can click the...
So what we start talking about is the legacy that they have and the vision that they have. In most organizations that are mature enough to consider a learning management system, they have probably been doing some sort of training with their internal staff and maybe with other stakeholders for a number of years. So we want to understand what trainings and learning material is already available, and where or what type of material is it. They might have an intranet, or it might be just some random PowerPoints lying around, but they most certainly have some sort of learning material. We also try to understand how learning is currently happening within the organization. It could be that they take university courses, or that they are requiring for a specific segment of the workforce to take specific security trainings, or go through some sort of onboarding, offboarding program, things like that. Another thing that's quite important, we think, to understand is where they think their industry is heading. And it could be maybe in terms of digitalization, or if they have something new on the horizon that they really need to align their workforce to understand and to better develop the products that they are providing for their customers. And so we asked the question, what's your desired position as a company in the next 5 or 10 years? How do you want to position yourself given the trends and the mega trends that you see within the organization? To sort of learn what challenges do we need to address when we are most likely going to create an academy for this organization, and how should we structure the content for the users who are going to take this or these courses. And we also like to discuss with our customers what the thresholds are for reaching this vision. It's quite easy to set up a really good learning environment. It's much harder maybe to communicate to the organization that you have a good learning environment. And you also might have some physical obstacles, like the employees might not have access to a computer, or they might not have a phone that they can use to go the online trainings on, and things like that you really need to address when you try to create something as complicated as a learning academy.
Yeah, so the first topic is really important. It's to encourage the customer to think proactively and to use the learning potential, and not just think of it as a new software. And then we get a bit more hands-on, and we talk about the different users of the system. And this is to understand who will be the target group of the LMS. We also discussed the organizational structure. This is something that we then can use for the setup. External users, so is anyone also taking courses that is outside of the organization? So to really try to find all the different target groups. And this is easy for us, as we work with this every day, but working together with organizations, it's a new way of thinking, doing this user target group exercise. And as Anders said, also think about the opportunities for learning for each target group. How easy is it for them? And what can we do to make it easy? Yeah, so that's the part of the user topic.
Yeah, and courses. So what we always ask our customers to do some preparation in before these workshops, so they can provide a list of what courses they currently have and or what courses they want to develop. Really try to catch like the low-hanging fruits in the organization. So we try to define them by what type of courses are they? Is it a pure e-learning course? Is it instructor-led trainings, or are there blended? And if they're instructor-led, how is it a number of sessions? Is it a one session, and so on? And we use that and the user organizational structure to map the target groups and the company's business goals, mainly to try to see what type of outcome do we want for each for at least each particular segment of users. Like if you have an IT department, what business goals are aligned to them, and how do we need to train the IT department to meet the vision that the company has in maybe 3 or 5 years. And is it a synchron or asynchron type of learning that we're developing for this organization?
Yes, and then we have users, we have courses, and then we try to focus a bit on the reporting, the follow-up. So that's also really a vital part of adopting an LMS, to have a plan for all the things that is happening in the learning management system. And this is often really, really hard for the customers, especially if they're new to having a learning management system. So we can provide some examples. We can talk about different ways of following up on training. Basically what they say is that the corresponding manager wants to know if his employees have completed their training. So that's basically the foundation of the reports, but we are trying to help the clients think of learning as a way of transforming their organization, and learning can be a potential for new businesses. Final topic.
And this is, I would say, the hard one, communication, because there's, I would say, in general, no lack of really good e-learnings lying around that no one has ever heard of. And I think it's very, very true in many organizations. So what we like to do with our customers is to have them think about how they can raise awareness of the trainings that they currently have or are planning to develop within their Moodle installation. We've found that identifying internal sponsors, and that this could be staff that have a really good reputation and are considered as experts within the company, have them be a part of the internal communication for launching a Moodle site, telling their coworkers how good they think this training is and what type of value it provides. And we also think that working with program names or working in waves is also a good way to create interest, and it's also an easy way for the organization to communicate with all of their employees on how they should or could deploy the trainings in a way that is digestible for them. So we try to help them create a sort of communication plan for the first year of the Moodle installation. What types of trainings do we want to communicate that we have, and when should we do this, and to whom should we do this, and in what media should we do this? Is it on the intranet? Is it by mail? Is it, yeah, the more sources, the better, I would say.
Yeah, and with the communication plan for the first year, a lot of time it's just they divide it into two. So they have one communication plan they do one investment for the first half year and then a second for the second half, or it could be quarterly so that they do 4 initiatives a year. So it's not that overwhelming, but it's really a good way of getting together the different stakeholders, having these questions, having a gathered plan on how to adopt the LMS. So this is what we do with them. We also summarize this, and sometimes we also suggest a roadmap for the following parts of the implementation. Yeah, I think that's it.